Okie dokie. So yes. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be having our very first meet and greet. Yippee! And I must say that I took my time. It took me 6 months to revamp the entire course between July till at about December. I recorded that course on the 24th of December. That's Christmas Eve. And my husband was very angry with me. He was like, Madam, when is your company going on holiday? So I told him because we're to travel on the 27th for his mom's burial. So I told him, we can't go on holiday early because your mom's burial is on the 5th of January. So that means we can't resume early. So Oga, be coming down. And so the first course that was designed way back in 2020. And then between 2020 and 2024, I realized I learned so much and there was no way I could teach everything that I knew or that I know about education consulting in just one course. So I had to reframe the entire framework and have the beginners, the intermediates, and then of course the advanced. So the slides for the intermediate is ready and we will be recording anytime soon. So if it's something you are looking out for after you have finished your basic beginner course, then you come back for level 2. That is where we'll talk about the real business, right? The business aspects of the entire thing. But it's very important that we lay a very strong foundation and a very strong structure for everyone that will be coming in. And the truth is, I am not still resting on my auras. By the way, Toyin saw a bit of me in action when she came around for a physical training. But not to worry. One thing I promise us is that even if you are not in Lagos, one thing that is certain is that anytime I have opportunity to visit your state, I would definitely reach out to you, call you to come around to also observe and have your own experiential learning. Because I think for me, that is very, very key. So Benedicta, you're welcome to the call. Aderonke and Jumebi, we are also waiting for you to turn on your video. Benedicta, you know by now, we turn on our videos for our classes. So Benedicta was part of sometimes, was it early last year or so? So she's actually coming in too. You saw you wanted to hide me. I want this your green glasses. Oh, please just keep it for me. Anytime I come to your state, as in I don't want to hear stories. If you notice, I love different colors of glasses. I have about 6 now. I have brown, I have white, I have blue, I have red, I have pink. So I'm going to be having green very soon from Dume.
6 is beginners now. Beginners, you're just starting. There's beginners and intermediate and mastery. Hey, you're just starting. I can't have 6 glasses. I can wear one different glass for every day of the month. I have different shades. I love glasses. I know.
Oh my goodness, that makes the two of us.
So.
And guess what? I'm definitely coming to you. That means I'll come and rob your house. Okay, take this off camera.
Yeah, free.
Okay, so Toyin is the first person that had a camera on. So Toyin, you're going to introduce yourself. Number one, everybody has there's so much on the call, so we can actually have 10 minutes luxury to ourselves, right? Because I love one thing about I love connecting with people. I don't know if you know that, and I'm really, really crazy about that. And I mean, everything that has to do with me has to do with people. So I just want us to just chat and gist and have a great time tonight. So introduce yourself, you know, where you're joining in from. Then, of course, how has the course been, you know, for you, basically? And if you have any question, you can then drop them on the chat. So when all of us are done introducing ourselves, I'll then start tackling all the questions on the call. I'm hoping that this meeting does not last more than an hour or 1 hour, 30 minutes, but it depends on you guys. Depends on how you want to use your mentor to the glory of God. Okay, so over to you, Tori. Let's get to hear from you.
Okay, so once again, good evening, everyone. and a happy
Evening.
new month to all of us. I pray that the good Lord will bless us much more than He has ever done before. And I pray that the month of March will be a divine blessing for every one of us in Jesus' name. Okay, so moving away, my name is Oluwatoyin
Amen.
Alibioshu. I'm a school leader and I've been running my school for 14 to 15 years now. Yeah. And also, I'm a human resource strategist. I help to recruit educators to schools, and I also do training for teachers as well.
So you actually own your school, right? When you say you are a school leader, I was trying to wrap my head. Is it that you lead the school or you own the school? So I guess Toyin's
And
network.
also, can you hear me?
Yeah, so we lost your connection for say about 2 to 3 minutes. The last thing we heard was that you recruit, you educate, and you also train teachers as well. That was the last thing we heard. Am I right, guys? Maybe, and give me thumbs up if I was right
You're
on
right.
that.
You're
All
right.
right, amazing, fantastic.
Oh my, I've said a lot. Okay, so I said that I also help startup schools, okay, and then I help schools who record high turnover. Okay, I help them with structure. Okay, so that is what I do mostly, apart from school leading. Now, I decided to go into full education consulting, I think about a year or 2 years ago. But it kind of dawned on me to do it properly this year. Now, I've been, of course, helping schools out and stuff like that. But right now, my school stands by itself, even without me being there. Okay, so there is a full structure in place. So it tells me now that I can branch out and do some other stuff that I really want to do. And then I remember that even before I came into the education sector, I've always been in the human resource. And that has always been one thing that I enjoy: manpower, workforce, okay, team building. Okay, so I want to go back to it fully now, because for me, I believe that that is the heart of every organization, but I want to do it properly. Okay, and so that's how I was able to come across Dr. T. Okay, and then I feel, okay, I think
Where did you, or which platform did you come across me, Seth? I always like to know
I
so
think
that
I actually saw you first at one of, I can't remember whether it was Late Africa, you know, one with Dr. Ogundere. I can't
yeah,
remember.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Yes.
And I
That
made
was
an
a long.
impression on you way back then. Oh,
Yeah. So I think that was when I saw you first. Okay, so I think I was just fumbling with the internet in December, and then you kind of pop up. I'm like, oh, okay, I've seen this person. So I think I went to
on which of
visit
the
your,
platforms?
I think it was Instagram. I think it was
Let's
Instagram. I think it was on the, yes, it was Instagram before I now went to the LinkedIn. Okay, so I think it was Instagram because yes, I think it was Instagram actually. It was Instagram. Okay, so that was where I now saw you. Then I kind of followed, and then I said, okay, I think. Then I registered for that free one that you actually had for us prior to this,
and
and so
it was
that
and you
was
were
where
on
I made my
fire.
decision
You were
to
on
come on
fire.
board. Okay, that was when I made my decision to come on board, and trust
Awesome.
me, it's been a fantastic journey. I have to be sincere. There's a lot, it's loaded. Okay, but I've been taking time to study and not just read for reading's sake, but each time I read, each time I study, I kind of reflect on, okay, what am I supposed to do right now in my action plan? Now I've been able to
Awesome.
understand the power of, first of all, diagnosing before you even take any action plan.
Yeah, you have to
And
diagnose.
so immediately I said, okay, so how do you diagnose, even when you know that, okay, there's a problem with this institution? It tells you don't go there and tell them you have a problem. No. So I decided, okay, so right now I'm working on my questionnaire, okay? And I'm like, okay, when I get to a place, probably I got a link, I send you a questionnaire. Then I can, from when you fill the question, I can deduce if there's an issue. And then we can pick up the talk from them. I also understood the fact that your stakeholders, you must ensure whatever it is that you want to do with them must be in line with their policies. So you cannot say, oh, I'm a consultant, so this is what you guys must do, and you must do it. Do you understand? So I have that at the back of my mind, that even if you are pushing through with solution, you have to be careful You have to be
Yes.
sure that it's in line with their policy, so they do
Very.
not see you as someone who is coming in to just impose on them, even though you are trying to correct the system. Okay,
Absolutely.
so I've also learned that as well. So it's been fantastic. I've also been able to understand my niche and understand it properly. So I'm not going beyond what I can give. Okay, and I really want to this is my strength, this is my area, and
Very
I'm
key.
developing that particular area. I don't want to be that person that covers all. No, this is who I am. This is what I can do for you. Anything that is beyond that, I don't want to go too much. I just want people to know me for this.
Yes.
So if you're
Yes.
having an issue, you know that your go-to girl is Toyin. So for that particular, so
Now,
I've learned a
the
lot.
beautiful, yes. Now the beautiful thing is we have an alumni community of over 60 education consultants. So don't tell them that I'm not this. You will come into the alumni group and say, okay, I have a client that is this. Who can actually handle this?
Yeah.
Now, you would get your commission for bringing the job. So you're
Yeah.
not going to give the person the entire money.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
everybody's hearing me.
Yeah,
So that's
no,
how we do.
I quite understand the power of
Yes.
collaboration.
No job goes out. So when you get
Yes,
any job, just come into
definitely.
the association and say, this is the
Definitely.
job I got.
No,
But this
no,
is
no, no,
not
no, no,
within
no.
my niche. Yeah.
No, doctor, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying it to myself. Like,
Yes, no.
this is what I want to do.
I'm also reinforcing what you're saying, and then I'm
Okay.
letting you know the beauty that
Okay.
even after the 8 weeks, we are not done. In fact, we are just getting started. Yes. So that we have a community that is ongoing and where we would always leverage on one another's strengths and one another's interaction. So this is not a course that you do and say, okay, I'm done with my certification. Everybody, bye-bye. We are just starting. You know, we have people that actually did their courses 5 years ago on that group. We have veterans, we have people from different countries, we have different people from different states. So because there is a long-term vision, which I will share with you later on, not just now. And then one thing is that there are sometimes I'm so busy, I can't take on some education consulting jobs. I just call you guys, hello, so yeah, are you available? Do maybe, are you available? Or for example, they call me for a job in the other states and I cannot start jumping inside the bus and be going. I just say, yeah, we have one of our consultants. So I tell people that I have a board of consultants that are, when you guys join in now, we're going to be almost like 70. So how about that? How sweet is that? So it's a community, absolutely.
Okay.
So,
Dr. T, can I quickly ask a quick question?
Can you drop that question in the chat? Just drop it in the chat so that others can also introduce themselves.
All right,
well done,
okay. Yeah,
amazing, fantastic. So yes, Dumebi's video was second to be on. So Dumebi, let's get to hear from you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Toyin. Congrats on your award today. I heard that while I was fixing my wig and my phone was muted. So I was shouting congrats, but you didn't hear. Congratulations. Many more wins. And happy new month to us all. So my name is Dumebi. I stay in Asaba. I've been a teacher for all my career life. So that's clocking almost 13, 15 years. But I started heading my own school COVID. Yeah, so we are clocking 4 years in April. So prior to that, even as a teacher, I used to do consulting work. You know, my director too was into consulting, and so most times we'd go for trainings together. And the education environment in both Lagos and Ibadan, I found out when I relocated to Asaba, is quite different. It's quite different. I'm sorry to say, but there in this Asaba, right, I found out that there are a lot of I too knows without substance.
Wow.
And I didn't want, yeah, you know. So most times, so when I started Hadassah Hall, I didn't want to be the one in charge of training my staff. You know, I wanted to step back and observe. But I found out that it was error because I had high expectations for the consultants here. So when I say consultants, I'm putting it in quotes for the consultants I met here. And it was dashed to pieces, literally dashed to pieces.
Oh
So I
no.
had different consultants, like Dr. Twain was saying. I had different consultants for different trainings. And I'll
Mm.
use an example of the person who I contracted to take the training on technology.
Hell.
Was so people see women,
Mm.
as they don't know anything, or what they know is just surface. So when people see me,
Mm.
they don't know I design websites. They don't know I'm into
Mm.
IT. So I
Mm.
called someone. Okay, I'm busy because starting up a school, it can be mentally draining. It's
As
draining
in,
physically,
as
emotionally,
in
everything.
my
So I
my
just had to
my
say,
mom my mom actually has 2 schools. So you don't know the reason why I ran away. I do not, that's I experienced
"Omo,
it first time. I said, I beg God, I beg go. The kind of school I
in
want to
fact,
have is
it's
this
good
kind
that
of school in
I
Amadu.
met Toyin here, so that because there are some days you just want to bury your head under the blanket. So I just said, okay, instead of me stressing myself while I'm facing all the bureaucracy from the ministry and all of that, let somebody train for the technology.
Mm.
So before school started, I had trained my staff personally for 6 months. And by
Wow,
then, school hadn't started, and I was paying
that's
them. So I
massive.
paid them to come for. I was paying them for training. So there was. I'm telling you, school hadn't started. I hadn't finished building.
Because there
I
was a
was already
standard
training.
you wanted.
Yes, there was. So I already had 15 staff on my payroll without any students.
Oh my
So for me
God.
to bring out that money to consultants, there were about 4 of them. I was broken. I saw it as a waste, but I also felt that God was telling me something, that what you have started, what I led you to while you were in Abeokuta, Ibadan, you better not drop it now that you came to Asaba. So this
Mm.
person came to teach technology to my staff, and every chapter he opened, my staff were flooring it. I mean, you can't come and teach modern day technology and you're still teaching my staff how to use Microsoft Word. Of course, it can work for some people, but I
Mm.
wanted Google Classroom.
Yeah,
Their new class dojo, because
so many
I had already taught my staff
hints
more than
and all of
10,
that.
so I was so disappointed. And then he was teaching and making blunders, and my staff were correcting him. I was like, no, it's not possible. Like, they were literally telling him, no, sir, this is not how to do it. This is how to do it. This is not how to. He's like, hey. He's like, you people will come and train me like this. So, and you could see that,
Wait.
honestly. So this is my junior staff, because at that time when we were doing the technology training, myself and my admins were off. So these were middle level staff that were teaching a well-known Asaba consultant in technology
A
what
well
he was
known for
supposed
that
to, a
matter.
well-known,
Send him to
So,
school. Tell him to come to school.
in fact, I was disappointed. So basically, we had to just use that period, and I had to do a lot of retraining, and then some
Wow.
of my staff left, and then they were also doing work in that aspect because of the work I had done with them. So I just decided that, you know
Mm.
what, and then I'll now
Mm.
attend some trainings with my staff, because I love professional development. I
Yeah.
encourage it. So
Yeah.
people will send me flyers, I'll send my staff, they'll come back, nothing. So every time they come back, they always say nothing. I'm like, is it that
Ah.
bad? So, and I said, okay, do you know what? Let me pay. Let us go and let's just take this time off during one of the
Mm.
holidays and attend a
Mm.
3-day. Dr. Tony, I was disappointed. I just
Oh.
sat down. I did not know.
Chineke mo.
I did not know why I was there. I was not touched. You're explaining something. We're asking you something. You tell me that. Wait, let me go back to my slide, and you are reading from the slide. It was problematic for me. I was like, no,
Jesus.
I told the person that invited me that you're lucky this is Asaba. It was a town like Lagos or Ibadan.
They will
Honestly,
drag you on
you
social media.
refund your money.
You are
You
gone.
refund back the money, because if you have attended APEN conferences, for
Hmm.
instance, you go there with
Exactly.
high
The exposure.
expectations, and then you
Hmm.
leave loaded. You leave loaded. And I have gone for seminars in this town. I have not seen anyone like that APEN
My sister, you get
convention.
market. Market, there is market for you. Go and take over.
Honestly, like, not no
Ah,
packaging.
The
You see
maybe
teachers
go and advertise so that all of us
see,
will move to
so
Asaba.
like
Maybe
the
we will just
plans that
come
I
and
have for
bombard.
this town. Honestly, the plans I have for this town, eyes have not seen. Like,
Yay!
you go for a training and we are 200 people packed in a room as small, big as my parlor, as small as, let me say as small as, and teachers are packed like sardines and sweating. And you
Oh
see,
my
people even look
God.
at us and they're like, this association, if people like to suffer, I can't deal, so I just felt that I have to go back. So I dusted. And but the good thing that where I went to, I met like minds, people too who had relocated because of COVID or had left towns like Abuja, Kaduna, and we're not seeing it, and then we now saw, okay, you have this strength, I have this strength, let's build.
Beautiful.
I was going for, and I just found out that, once my staff, even when I send a staff to go for training, they do so well. They feedback, they will tell you that common teacher, and I tell you, don't call my staff common, no. Because the grace that has been poured out on them is not common. And that God just said, you can even grace yourself more. So towards the end of that year, I said, I want to gift myself a lecturer, someone who will mentor me this year, because I'm going back to the drawing book. And so many people came my way, people were sending, because people knew that I was actively looking for. And that brought me to what Tony said. I stumbled on you on one of your posts again on Facebook. I was like, this Dr. Toyin has shall be passing through here so many times. I will see, read, and I'll be like, good job. And I'll pass by. Let me see again. And then you now put a message on Confident Teachers. I read, you now put up a video. I was like, substance. That's what I wanted, I mean, our teachings are not so perfect, but he had that enthusiasm I wanted. He had that.
Absolutely.
He had everything I desired at that time to go back to the drawing board. Because when I went for my last consulting class, was about 4-5 years ago, before COVID. And I wanted someone who was still up and doing, who was still in the game, who had inspired me unconsciously over time. And that was why I already started for the program. And so far,
and how has it been? Hope we have not folded your hand.
The assignment, when I see it, I get messed up. I won't even lie. The assignment drained me. I just see 1 to 10. There was one, I was like, what is this doing? So he doesn't know that we are also working, And sometimes I'm tempted to send you a message, Dr. So you know that some of us are working. So of us are working. You have to give us
it very well, baby. Each time I want to do that assignment, I will go back again to go and read.
But I'm like,
Dr. T, I beg
work.
Maybe let me even make you people laugh. This cohort, I was telling you, I revamped the whole video. You needed to see the first 5 people. You needed to see what the assignment looked like. They were projects.
No, this assignment is too much.
I'm telling you, most of them did not even finish the course. Like,
now you see now, apart from Kemi, all of us here are wearing glasses. Help us, help our ministry. We are all wearing this side. We are trying to protect it.
Your mic is muted.
I want to go and collect my own.
Because Dr. Abdul wants to finish us. But it's
photochromic. All of us are wearing photochromic. It's not original glasses. Don't deceive me.
No, mine are original. No, my own is original.
It's original, Dr. T.
I'm just
But you people have been wearing glasses before you came for this course, so don't rub me in.
But don't watch the situation.
All of you have been wearing glasses. You just started in February. You should not.
No, but really, the assignments have been good. It's. I like that. I've just decided to bring out time. That I've just programmed that every Thursday and Friday I must work on Dr. Toyin's work.
And that's why I give you a whole week for a whole module. That week was not more than 20 minutes now, and I was just smiling. And you didn't like my beautiful face. And
the video. I like that you put in a lot of effort. So I commend you for the efforts. Like I said, I've done paid classes too, and yours very, very detailed, very detailed. The assignment, it helps me to refresh my memory.
You have slides to see. You have notes to read. What else do you want from me?
But you know what? I think the good thing is that your assignment help us to start building our work. For instance, that question.
Exactly. That's the whole essence. It's applicable.
Okay, after designing this question, now I will design another one. So I just sat down and designed it. And it was good, the portfolio, Then there was one that I met, you said, as you're going, collect your client's feedback on the way. Those people that have been telling me nice things before, I just send a message, please, can you send me feedback again? How that, it's 2 years ago. that I know, but can you send me new feedback so that I can
Yes,
add to my portfolio, and so it's
absolutely.
helping me to be intentional, even though
Yes.
it's draining. It's good. It's a good one. So thank
So,
you.
Tony, you have not dropped your question in the chat, so I don't want you to forget. Maybe you can drop your question as well. So let's move to Aderonke. Aderonke, I don't support the maybe. All of you have been wearing glasses before. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
Dr. Tony. Good evening, Mommy Toyi, Mommy Dumebi. In fact, I'm just so excited to be part of this course. You know, Dr. Tony, I met Dr. Tony on CPE platform, Concerned Parents and Educators platform. That's where I always see her. So there was a time she now said she was running a free consulting session. I think that was 2 years ago. I be Dr. Tony. So I now joined
Yes, I can remember.
that particular class, and it was so. In fact, every morning in that particular class, I think it was 3 days. She will send us a podcast that we should go to the podcast, read and submit our review. In fact, I even won. I didn't know how to be a consultant. One foreign book that he gave me that time, ebook. So it was so exciting. So from there, I followed her on all her social media handles. I was like, God, I've not, yes, I've been in the education sector. Sorry, I remember my name is Aderonke
Oh,
Alofa.
okay. I think
It's just
Aderonke
the
has.
excitement to talk about.
Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Uyo in Akwa Ibom State. So
You
I'm
see?
from Uyo in Akwa Ibom State, yes. I've been an educator for a very long time. I've taught in almost all the levels of education, as in early years, secondary school. Even I lectured briefly at Durban Polytechnic in Abuja. So I've always, but because of my marriage, I'm always traveling, moving from one state to another. So I can't really stay in one classroom for all. By the time they transfer him, I have to relocate. So I've been in Abuja, Lagos, and now in Akwa Ibom. So I normally do trainings, or probably if I have opportunity of teaching, probably on a pro bono or volunteering basis, I always do that. And I also do research because my first degree was in statistics. I'm a statistician, so basically a data analyst. And I did my master's in educational technology. So that is just so when I met Dr. Tony, I've been building on that. And Dr. Tony also encouraged me, though she didn't know. I always tell her that she's my mentor, even before we got to meet personally, to know each other like this, because she's always encouraging. From there, I volunteered for different NGOs. So, and from there, it was through her also that I joined Equip Nigeria. So, by the grace of God, today I'm the state lead for training and development in Akwa Ibom State.
Glory.
That is my personal growth story. And I also am a member of Ask the Pediatrician Foundation. This year, by God's grace, also they made me the state coordinator for Akwa Ibom State.
Now only you can come.
I'm following your footsteps, doctor.
God, I beg you.
Last year I was the assistant state coordinator, but this year they've given me the position of the state coordinator for Ask the Pediatrician Foundation. So basically, Dr. Tony, that free consulting program he did for us, I didn't really have the chance to join that cohort then. So the year passed, but I bought her consultancy blueprint book. That one she sells for 8,000. I know that one should be around 15,000. I bought it at 8,000 there. So in fact, I've really walked through that book, and it has really helped me because I've been able to do trainings and as in mini consulting.
Come and pay your tithes. Come and pay your tithes.
And every time the schools always want me to come back, and
Oh,
it's really been interesting.
you make me feel like crying. Oh God, God, I'm continuing.
Even while I've not even met her, so it's just every time I'm always complimenting her and everything. So
Yes, I see all your likes and loves. I see it.
when I finally joined Equip, lucky enough, I became Dr. Tony's officer too in Equip. So I was so happy. I had direct access to her, but still not on the consulting level. And I always tell her, I'm going to register. I don't want to fall. So I was so excited this year, and I'm so happy for joining this particular cohort. It has really
Awesome.
been, yes,
Awesome.
and all the
Awesome.
lessons, just like Madame Dumedi said, is in fact, by the time I was just, and you know, one thing is, since I started, I've not, because I told her also, I have teaching experience, but in consulting, I don't really have any experience. It was that her book that really helped me from, and not only has that book really helped me, it has even given me the opportunity to, as in most educators group I belong to, I've
Mm.
been able to, in fact, just this year, January, we have e-teachers network that I'm part of. It's also educators group. They normally do their educators retreat every January. And this year's one, I even won because
Whoa.
yes, I won a laptop. And lucky enough, that day, the VC, University of Port Harcourt, was the one that was doing the final round that
Oh,
day. And he gave us cash, 50,000
oh my
naira that
God.
day. That
Ah,
really,
yes.
so, you know, it's all that when most people don't really understand grace. Dr. Tony has grace. Truly, I've not met her personally before. I've not, but it, it's something that has really trickled down to help me in so many diverse ways. I can't even finish explaining it here. And
Wow.
interesting is, so these teachers network now, they are just like maybe innovating their process and procedure and structure. So they are
Mm.
going into registered partnership now. We are now Global Educators Tribe. And by the grace
Wow.
of God, they made me their state coordinator for Akwa Ibom also. So we're about starting, it's an educational group globally that they've been running for like 4 years, and all the educators we normally have both international speakers.
Man,
Yes.
I
So
don't
it's a,
care.
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
I'm I'm blown away. I'm just so grateful for the
So
gift of you,
in fact,
right? Like
I'm already
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm just short of words hearing all this.
my I can't even share enough. That is just so. I'm even, in fact, I'm planning that now. I want to even go and market core skills for Akwa Ibom state government with the confidence I have that no,
Oh,
they should just try core skills with education consultancy for this state, and their
wow.
education system will go to a different
I'm
level.
so
The
I'm so
impact
so
will
humble.
just
I'm so
awesome.
so humble. In
And
fact,
the
my
material,
body is literally shaking.
I'm telling Dr.
You
Tony
know,
that my portfolio, I don't want my portfolio to fall hand. That is why I'm not submitted. I want the reminder to be able
module
to see my
3, right?
portfolio.
Okay,
So,
Aderoke, don't worry. Let's
and
let's take this conversation offline, because if I allow you, we will not go.
so it's a pleasure meeting Mommy Dumedi
Ah,
and Mommy Titi and Mommy Temi.
I'm
My Dr.
so
You too.
I'm so honored. I'm so honored. As in the way I will sleep this night, I'm so fulfilled, right? But we have two other people that needs to introduce themselves. So thank you so much, Aderonke. Aderonke, definitely I will call you. And yes, I saw your balance alert. Oh yeah, oh, if you never pay balance, oh yeah, carry your phone now. Oh yeah, your second part of the money and do the transfer. No. I want to be seeing the alerts as I am.
It's true. I almost forgot to. Hey,
Aderonke, thank you. I saw
Oh yeah,
your
Dr.
payment.
Tony, quick.
ah,
The post account number. Get your
ah,
money.
it's
Thank you,
true.
Jesus. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I'll post it on the group so that everybody will see it. Tony, you know that your own, you also public.
Mm.
So, so I've posted the account number. We need the money to pay salaries. Thank you. All right, so yay, it's your ma. Sorry, Aderoke was just going on and on and on and on and on. So it's your turn, Jerry. You will look come. It's your ma.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Egaji Chemi Isioma, and where do I start from?
Where are you joining us?
Okay, I'm joining from Ofada in Ogun State, Nigeria.
And you see, different states are represented. That's why I love online. As in, we have Asaba, we have Lagos, we have Ogun State, we have Uyo, and I think Esther is joining from Abuja, right? You see, as in, I love the diversity. Continue, my love.
Okay, so consultancy. Okay, I got to know Dr. Twain through. I've known her for a very long time. I served in 2016, and I think during that period was when I knew her online. Then Facebook was still, the bubbling social media platform, and everybody was showcasing their work. So I knew her on social media, but I didn't have access to her. But then the education sector was just beginning to, take a new face and everything. So she was one of the few people I knew then. She with is it Rhoda Odigbo?
Yes. Joseph
The
Aisha.
Yes, all those, the this woman that hosts Yinka Ogunde, this Ronke Posh, then I knew every one of them online. So when I finally decided, okay, I was going to transition into consultancy. I had known that she was running a consultancy course, but the fear of all these people, their money. I didn't want to go directly. So I did a course in LES. So I had to reach out to my tutor then, that was Mrs. Philippa. And she was
Yes.
like, yes, you can. I was asking her two things. I said, I need a place where I can, like a leadership academy and also consultancy, something. And she was like, Dr. Tony is the right person to go to. I reached out on Instagram. I remember not responding on time. You called me on WhatsApp. I said, okay. In short, I've been postponing since 2 years ago. Okay, all through last year when you reached out, I've been postponing. But this year, and I just knew I didn't want to go back to the classroom. Though I went back to the classroom, I became the nursery head because I relocated to Ofada not quite long. Now, when I became the nursery head, I was happy because I heard, oh, the school had a consultant. I was like, okay, at least one-on-one, I can meet this woman, know what exactly she did that got her to the level. Lo and behold, when the consultant came, she was coming to school, I think twice a week. And I started asking, I said, I didn't ask her, do consultants come to school twice a week? Like you come to school, like you are I don't understand, you're on the payroll of the school. When they say consultants.
Actually, some people do. It's called retainer. You understand?
Okay.
But you know the person you came to me. I'm a consultant of consultants.
So in short, okay. I didn't even at the end of the day, I didn't have the mind to even ask her any question on consultancy because I was just looking at her like, even we teachers were, more informed. In short, it was for some time I was off classroom, but even while I was not in classroom, I was not actively in the classroom. In short, I'm more informed. In short, I just got confused. And when I told her I was resigning, oh, it's good. Okay, you can start up I didn't even say anything again. But I was just like, okay, if I go back to this school now and I market myself, I'm sure they will sack this woman. But I just, I had to keep my calm. But so far, so good. The course has been, the course has been good. Module 1 was sweet. Module 2 was trying to be sweet. But module 3, when I wanted to do my Module 3 assignment, I was in the living room. My husband was in the bedroom, and I had to call him. I said, I thought they said the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. He said yes. I said this one is the higher you go, the hotter it becomes. But I said that money must not waste. You will do it even if it's hot. When I saw 10 questions for this, because since Monday I've been saying I will start. The 10 questions keep giving me a take. I wanted to reach out to you. I was even like, okay, who will I reach out? No, like no, sincerely, even today I almost reached out to somebody on the group. I was like, okay, who will I just randomly ask if those 10 questions are real or there was a mistake like last week. In short, I was just hoping that there was a mistake, because and I had to check my Google Drive today. Module 3 assignment, if you know how many MB it took from my drive, I had to like Module 3. In short, I don't know, but I'm just wishing it's almost over, because I know before we do the whole of March, hey, it is well, though. But at the same time, it's good. It's encompassing. Like, it's making me think. I actually thought it was something very, no, not too easy, but as we are going, the depth is really, in short, the depth is really depth. It's going deeper, and I just hope I have the grace and the mind to continue reading it, because as I'm reading, at a point I'll just, okay, let me just close down this reading and listen to her. I think when I listen to you talk, I get it more. The reading, that's why I went to take my glass. Everybody is thinking I'm not using glasses. I had to run back. My husband, in short, is laughing at me. Say, you will tell me your eye is training you, right? I said, yes, my eyes are training me. I need to go and take my glasses. So it's actually good. You are doing a good job. It's commensurate to your online marketing. Like, I can vouch, I can say, okay, we thought, there are some people we see online, the whole hype, by the time you reach out to them, what you actually have been seeing is not what you get. But this time around, no, it is what we get. Yeah, it's not what we ordered. Exactly. But this one is even more than what we ordered for. But the Lord will see us through.
Amen.
So thank you very much once again.
You have just 10 modules actually, and this is level 1. There's level 2 and level 3. All right.
Okay.
So guys, this is the catch. Level 2 is where you will be able to learn the business part, and you'll be able to start making your money. But we have to lay the foundation so that when you charge, like what you guys are experiencing, are you getting it? When you charge, and when people come in contact with you, they're like, in fact, she didn't charge us well. That's the idea. That's the goal. Right? So please bear with me and bear with us. Just do your best. Right? Put in all your effort and make sure you put in your best into it. Okay, Esther, don't worry, Precious, you're welcome. You also introduce yourself. So Esther, over to you.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Dr. Toyi. Please pardon my voice. I was at a video yesterday, so.
Oh, prayer.
Yes. So this is Esther Adebayo from Abuja, and I've not been so much into the education space because I started off my career as an MTN member of staff. I was into customer service for 8 years there. But there was something I noted about myself. I was just drawn to teaching. So because we're running part-time, we run it as a part-time job. We do it on shifts. I could have time to explore something else. And I noticed I had a flair for teaching, especially early years education. And a lot of people looked at me and said, you actually look like a teacher. Why don't you go teach? I didn't understand them. When I started out, I challenged myself. I started out teaching early years French because I studied French as a degree course. So
wow.
I noted that the 2.5-year-olds, 3-year-olds, I was teaching French where, it was radical. They were getting it. And it looked easy to me. But it was when I came in contact with other teachers, I noticed that it was a skill. And I decided I was going to take it up. I didn't know when, but there was a massive was a massive sack. MTN actually had to, lay off about 3,000 members of this staff, and I was one of them. That was when I decided to explore teaching, and it was just awesome. I never had any certificate or PGDE and all that. But I just noticed a lot of school owners reckoned with me. I even had to keep repeating it to them that I don't have this certificate, and they're like, no, you can teach. And I just started that way, till I resigned as a head teacher from a school in Lagos. And then I relocated to Jos and then to Abuja. When I got to Abuja, I was quite confused. Do I go back to education? Do I go back to customer service and all that? So I joined a coaching session with someone, and she just told me, you are confused about your niche and what you should do. Have you seen Dr. Toyin Melu's book?
Who is that?
Her name is Coach Ngwavese Tokula. I don't know if you know her, but that's her
Wow,
name.
God, I beg you. I'm just hearing that name. She's based in Abuja too.
She's based in Abuja, yes. And she told me that if you read this book and you still do not know your niche, please I'll return your money. That's what she told me. And I was saying, what's radical about this book? She told me that was the only copy she had in her shelf, and she actually doesn't release it, but for some reason she was going to give it to me, and I had only 1 week to read the book and return it. And then if after that I still say, oh, I'm confused about my niche in education, then she would just say, okay, take your money, and then we're not doing the coaching session anymore. And I was just amazed. What's in this book that will be so
magical,
so much of value that I can return my money? So I got home, and she told me I should do the assignments attached. When I first of all looked through the book, I said, are you sure I really want to go into consultancy? Let me go back to the classroom. I mean, I'm not ready for this. This is a whole lot. I mean, it's just like having to swallow a cake instead of taking it chunk by chunk. But because I really liked the coaching session, I sat with it, and then I showed one of my friends, and she told me, I call her. We're going to order the book. I said, how are we going to call her? She's a whole doctor, How can you just call her like that? But I chatted up Dr. Toyin, and she responded. I went to my friend and said, she is not proud of, she doesn't have S. She responded, said she did. I said, yes. Say, okay, let's buy the book. And then the way Dr. Toyin followed it up, one of our mentees sent us the book, and we sat down with it. And eventually I found my niche. I knew early years education, and then I love online teaching. I just know that I'm not a classroom person. And I noticed a lot of people reach out to me. How do we cope with reading strugglers and all that? And then I just veered into coaching for dyslexia in particular.
Beautiful.
And I found my niche. And then, okay, I didn't expect to start making money immediately. Because I actually started there's a part of the book that Dr. Toyin stated that, yes, you want to find your niche, you want to follow the process to start, but just start. Don't give yourself an excuse. So I put myself together and got my laptop, and I told myself, you know what, you are an online reading coach. And then I went to browse, and then I got a name for myself, Reading Interventionist, and I put it out there. And funny enough, I just got a client from the UK. I was shocked, and she told me that, okay, you see, this boy is 11, and you say you're a reading interventionist. All the teachers have tried. You're an early years consultant and all that. If you are able to make this boy read, then I'll give you other clients. And I was just, taken aback. I was scared. Are you sure I'm not claiming what I don't do? And then I took up the challenge, and just sincerely, in 2 weeks, the boy started reading. He was able to get his sounds. He was able to talk correctly, and even the funds the mom was not willing to release, she had to release them. I started getting other clients. And then, funny enough, when Dr. Toyin advertised this coaching class, I told myself, well, funds, and then not only that, Dr. Toyin way up there. Let me just relax. And then I just sent her a private chat. One of these days, I'll be your mentee, but I don't know yet. And then one Sunday, I just got a call from her. I was like, am I dreaming? I had to look at my phone severally. Is this doctor? Because I follow her back to back on her status, and I'm like, hey, God, when are we going to get here? And then what actually moved me is when you meet a lot of consultants, you see them very serious professors with their glasses, books, everything. They just bombard you. They look far off, like afar off. Like if you don't have all the PhD and masters and stuff, just don't come near me. Like so. That's the air that a lot of coaches have. And then, okay, there was another coaching I went for, and when she just read out her portfolio to us and the kind of trainings that she went for, I told myself, wow, I don't think I can get here. But Dr. Toyin makes it so simple. You know, there was something she said. She said, I'm the Jesus that was sacrificed so that you can enjoy it. I say, yes.
You remember that part in that video?
I remember that part.
When I was sharing my story.
Yes. And you were
about my
me,
projector, everything got broken.
yes. So I was just, I'm challenged. Like, somebody has so much and it's this simple, down to earth, someone you can relate with, and then she doesn't have that air. Oh, what was your certificate? What degree do you have? What degree do you say you have? And you're talking to me. Do you know who I am? And all that. We have a lot of people with that kind of airs. I'm just grateful for the way encourages you. Even her book, just reading her book tells you that she's reaching out to you on a personal note. It's not an abstract book. It's not a book you cannot relate with. Is user friendly. Is a man. And when I was resigning from classroom teaching, I actually had my fears, especially financially. I mean, how was I going to cope? Being a mom and a single mom at that. I was just thinking, I hope I'm not biting more than I can chew. Right now, I actually have found my niche, and I know, when I was going through the classes, it's a whole lot. Dr. Tony is giving you a whole lot. But her vibes makes it very easy to take up the challenge.
Yeah.
I'm saying carrying all these weights. She's going, out for trainings, but she still has time for vibes, for skits, to dance, laugh, play. I mean,
my sister, this life is one. So, thank you so much, Esther. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Toyin. Thank you for all you do.
I'm so blessed. Thank you. Please, guys, you are not dropping questions. So the kind of question you are dropping is asking me that is module 2. Is it plenty like module? I know, yes, it's meet and greet, but we can also learn as well. It's like the online course is more than enough for you people to chew. All right, Precious, please, we want to see your face. So, and then kindly introduce yourself and where you're joining us from, as well as how has the course been so far. So you're the last person on the call, so let's get to meet you, because I mean, we've met everybody here, and one of the reasons why we had to have this meeting is because we look forward to every one of us collaborating at one time or the other. For example, if they maybe invite us to Delta Sierra, we just scatter a figure, just scatter ground. We just be like a mini, I can see our living room already. We just pack one corner, we'll carry our mattress. Okay, we not vex.
No need to come with mattress.
Plenty room. Maybe let's do this now. Let all of us come to Delta State. This is how we come. Let's plan later in the year. It will be very fun. We just want to do one.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Who is ready to go to Delta State?
I look forward to it.
So we can travel together from Lagos, and if Isioma is around, we will do 1 week. We'll come and flood your school. We will. Oh Jesus! Oh,
please.
All right.
To July, August.
Okay. So let's try to see. Yes.
Small vacation.
Yes,
July,
long vacation.
August.
Yes. I'll
Yes.
also let you know.
Yes.
Most likely I'll be traveling in August, but by July, let's wrap it up, because I've driven through Delta, but I've never really gotten into Delta, as it were.
Okay.
Okay, Precious. Okay, let's get to hear from you. Would like to see your face. Unmute your mic. So let's talk about your location. How has the course been so far? Did you encounter any challenge? And then, of course, if you have any question and any other thing you would like to know about us, I also want to know how you got to stumble upon Dr. Toyi and all of that. So, I'm going to go back to give my team a lot of feedback that they are doing well with the social media. They are doing well. So Martins has also been super, right? Guys, I guess Martins has also been a very super support, our IT support, because
Yes, he has.
Guy is an excellent guy. Okay, Precious has left the call, so I don't know what exactly is wrong. So whilst maybe she's going to come back or not, whatever question we have, let's just do that 5 minutes and then we should be out if Precious doesn't come back. I don't believe in very long meetings. So any questions? So Toyi, now you can ask your question. It seems you didn't want to type.
The question I had before, I'd fly away. You see this module 3 that you've just been talking about is what is in my head. I want to just finish this meeting and go and check what module 3 is all about.
Toyi, I told you
the question I had. All this one I just say module they are doing portfolio. I want to just leave this call and go and check it. Even the question I've forgotten. I will later, if I remember, I will send it to you, Doctor. So right now I don't know any question.
You don't know any question, Don't say any question to me. But you have
I don't know. I will keep it later. I will go and write it
down.
But right now,
reach out to your colleagues.
Check the module 3. Let's finish meeting. Let me go and check what's going on in that module 3.
There's something called peer learning. Yeah. So enter into any of the inbox. You can call. I don't care where are you. Please, I want to come inside your inbox. I don't know.
Yes, now.
But fear not. Okay, beautiful. I like this. So there's a question already. It says, at what point should a school have a basic 6 class? So it's not a cast in stone, right? This kind of question is not a cast in stone. It's deeper than just saying a class. So one of the things I tell my clients, because like I said, my mom has 2 schools. So I actually started working with her when I was 13 years old. And so I tell people that I've been teaching for the past 30 years, and a lot of people don't kind of believe me. So some people are doing calculation. Yes, I'm 43 years old, I'm 43. I've been teaching right from when I was 13, and over the years, one thing I've discovered is no 2 schools can actually be the same, right? This is because, and then no 2 schools curriculum should also be the same, because there was a picture, or there is a picture that the school leader, the school owner, actually saw before starting that school. And that is why any school that reaches out to a consultant to write their vision and mission statement, I'm sorry, I don't know. But the consultant can provide support, quite all right, but no consultant is qualified enough to write your vision and mission statement for your school for you, because you are the one that actually conceived that vision. So it's all about, so a school is like a factory. I'm going to use that analogy, where you put in the raw material and then it goes into different systems, processes, the manufacturing companies, machine, and then at the end of the day, there's a product, which is an output, right? So it's all about when a child comes into your school environment or your school community, what is that picture you want to see by the time the child is leaving? Now, what are the milestones? Just like we have developmental milestones, right? What are the milestones you like to see over time? So this could be measured based on individual differences. This could be measured using diversity and inclusion. This could be measured with different rubrics. Could be in terms of technology, it could be in terms of psychosocial development, it could be at the level of the cognitive, the affective, or the psychomotor level. It could be as a result of so it's actually beyond just talking about basic classes. So when I get questions like this, to me it's very superficial, because I'm somebody that like to have deep work with children. Okay, so even my biological children, there are expectations that I have set for them as a parent, and I think this is what a school vision should be about. So, and then every other thing revolves around what is that thing that they will say this child is actually a product of Hadassah Hall, right? So okay, let's even use this course you guys are going through. So we may be shouting, laughing, and all of that, but if you say, I got my education consulting certification from CoreSkills. Now, what I want to happen, so everything that I did, right, starting from the beginning of the course to the very end, was very intentional. Because what I was looking out for is such that if you mention, I got my education certification, from CoreSkills, Dr. Toyin Samemehelu, they won't ask you questions. Why? There is a standard, there is a level of reliability, there is a level of validity that comes with that brand. Right? And that for me is the goal. So whether it's year 6 or it's year 5 or year 4, how have you worked along your systems, your school structure, your school processes to ensure that when the child comes in, the quality of the child by the time the child is leaving, passing common entrance is the least. But we're talking about the total child, the whole. When some people say, what school did you attend? As in, by the time you interact with the child, the level of, how will I put it now? The level of, the quality is palpable. The excellence that is seen in that child, the child doesn't have to talk too much before they will ask, which school do you actually attend? Right. And so that for me is key. I hope I was able to answer that question. He's a guy. This woman is a professor. She just pretend, she has asked another question. But I'm sure all of us learned from that question, right? Okay. Yes. Great. Okay. So another question says, we have school owners and leaders around us. Would you advise a school to use book ahead system or exact class or age book? So sincerely, I've answered the questions also using my first response. See, sincerely, one of the things that pains me most about schools and books is that a lot of educators are lazy. So they left book publishing to publishers that have little or no idea about what we are doing. And the part that pained me the most, we will now be complaining. Maybe somebody shall do something, put something together, and sold to you, and you bought. Go and do your own now. Are you getting my point? So this is a challenge to some of us here. We have a lot. We know a lot. It is not a matter. See, the thing about it is that the quality was it. Yes, now, yes. So even some books that are a year ahead, what is even inside? What is the content? Shebi is so. Shebi is the same book that it's a book that made some of us sign up for this course that you read. I don't know if you're getting my point. So the point is, there are books to be written, guys. There's a lot more we have to do. That's one of the reasons why I'm restless. If I tell you how many ideas that I have on my head, It's like, I'm like, God, just give me extra 1 hour. Let my own day be 25 hours. I have content. It's time that I don't have. Time. I need time. Okay, so Precious, are you here now? Yes, someone has told me to stop complaining and write my books since I know what should be published. Absolutely. So Precious, let's get to hear from you. If you can unmute your mic quickly. If not, you can use the chat. I think we tried waiting for you on the call, and it's great that you're back. So guys, it's beyond, see, all these questions you're asking me, they're too peripheral, they're too elementary. Education is deep. It is deep. It's a deep call, guys. And see, beyond you doing this course, I want to see results. So this course is just to how will I say it? To just when you start a car. That is what I feel this course should do for you. To turn on the ignition that is in you. And then guys, please, you take on with speed. You take on with speed. You take on with speed. And that's why the course is not for the lily-livered. It's not for the lily-livered. Because the product, I can see the product of what you guys will become by the end of the 10 module for level 1. Now, when you now take on level 2, goddamn, leave that thing. In fact, level 3 is about how to get state-based contracts and be an international education consultant. You know they born goats. You don't understand. Some of my mentees gave me the nickname Mama Eagle, and I love that name. Because have you studied what an eagle does to his child? An eagle does not pamper the child too much. An eagle make the child go through some level of risk. And when the child is about to die, the eagle will come again and then support the child. And that is what I've come to do to you guys. So the course is just an ignition. I want to see results. I want to be seeing you guys, and I'm like, yes, that is my mentee. Yes. Is anybody feeling my pulse? So Precious, please, over to you. Quickly, so that we can get off this call. So please unmute your mic. Your mic is still muted, but if you're having network glitches, you may want to drop a voice note to introduce yourself on the WhatsApp chat, because I don't know why we can't seem to hear you or see you. But so yes, let's wrap up, guys. Let's type in the comments. How was tonight? Use one word to describe. One word. Okay, let me allow you to use a sentence. Because the word can be limited. So let's type. Okay, let's type on the WhatsApp group. So that the people that did not come, they will know that they're on their own. But we have quite a good fun. Oh yeah. So I like to get the feedback. Okay, let's type quickly. That's our exit tickets house tonight. So we're gonna have our second session, which is going to be our final and our like virtual graduation for those that finish the course. That would be yeah. Thank you so much, Jimmy. So that would be 1st of April, first Saturday in April. I'm not sure it's first, but it's going to be the first Saturday in April, 7 p.m. at the same time. And by then, you guys will come with another whole new world. You will have been a transformed person. All right. So thank you, everyone. It's great to be here. And so please type your feedback right in the WhatsApp group. And till we meet again, please, in case you take on any education consulting assignment, you know, thank you, Tony. I can see that. Type on the WhatsApp group, actually. I think I would like that interesting session. Type on the WhatsApp group. So in case you get any education consulting assignment, in case you have not your course assignment, you have other questions outside, go and do your assignment. That's not the one I asked you to reach out to. But so you can drop on the group. let's have conversation. For example, I love the conversation that maybe started when she did. I think something just hit her badly and she was just ranting that day. So let's engage
No,
on this.
it was, that's why I understand everybody that said you called. Like, I was glad you called, and I needed to rant. And when I ranted and we ended the call, I breathed a sigh of relief.
Mm,
And it was thereafter I made payments because I was fed up. I have your book. Like I said, I don't borrow people that book because I'm like, no, that's my textbook, basically. And I've written and read. Maybe one day I'll take a picture of one of the pages and send to you. I have written, highlighted, it just looks so. I just felt, okay, since she wrote this book, I mean, for someone to write this book, the person has substance, so go on that and then see what comes out of it. And it has been worth it. Because trust me, I love my money. And if I hadn't enjoyed my first 4 or 5 weeks, I'll tell you straight up, girl, close shop, because I did not get my money's worth. I like my money. So that you delivered, it's good. I thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Now, if I tell you that book, it was the most difficult book for me to publish. See the person that even forwarded it. Mommy Adefisayo went through that book over and over and over and over and over again. I started writing that book in 2020. I didn't publish until 2023. A book has never given me stress as much as that book. So, I mean, I was so excited when we were sharing those testimonials because I was almost crying because Mommy Adefisayo would say, no, Doyin, my name is going to be on this book. My name is at stake. Go back. Then she was already the Commissioner for Education in Lagos State. Do you know what that meant? And sometimes in the night, we'll be on the calls. You say, why don't we do it this way? Yeah, this one. Why don't you? I'm telling you, she literally walked me through that book. And I was so glad she did, So, and I mean, I wish I can send her, I can cut some part of this and send it to her and say, Mama, see what you have done to your daughter. So a coach that does not have a coach is a cockroach. A mentor that does
not... Say it again, no. Say it. A what?
A coach that does not have a coach is a cockroach.
Is a cockroach. A mentor that does not have a mentor is a tormentor. So
it's a tormentor. Oh,
so don't sign up to any coach that doesn't have a coach. Ask them, sorry, coach, who is your coach? It's that simple. It's that simple. Ladies, let's go. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Have a blessed day. Bye.
Bye.